Hello, everyone. This is your market update for Monday, April 13th, 2026. Starting with this week's economic calendar, going to be a pretty light week. Today, we'll get existing home sales. Tuesday will be the big day, get PPI and core PPI, several Fed speakers throughout the week, import price index on Wednesday, Thursday, initial claims, and then a few Fed governors to end on Friday. Over to the headlines. Iran sends Gulf port warning after U.S. threat to block Hormuz. So the talks in Islamabad went poorly. They did not come away with a peace deal, and Trump threatened to block all traffic coming in and out of the Strait of Hormuz with the U.S. Navy. That would take more oil offline. And in retaliation, Iran said it would target all ports in and close to the Persian Gulf if its own shipping hubs are threatened. They also said that they would possibly use the Houthis to shut down traffic coming in and out of the Red Sea. So we have the Strait of Hormuz up here, and then we also have Bab el Mandeb Straits for the Red Sea, and this is controlled by Yemen and the Houthis, which they have not used yet. So they could, in my view, easily shut down this strait as well if the U.S. does indeed form a blockade for the traffic coming in and out of the Strait of Hormuz. So I think things are going to escalate, and we'll probably see a resumption of the hot war here this week, more than likely. Over to crude oil, currently trading at $103.50. I think if we do see a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, as Trump indicated, and if the Houthis begin to shut down the Red Sea, and or if Iran begins to target Gulf ports, as they indicated, we could easily pass the 120 mark throughout the remainder of April and head towards 150 if those things actually occur. Over to gold, currently trading at $4,743. We're still stuck here below the 50-day EMA. I think we'll get above it eventually, but as I stated in the weekend newsletter, I don't think we're going to see new highs. I think we're probably going to be range bound here between the late January high and the March low for some time as we digest the massive gains we saw in 2025. So not a big surprise here. It'll give us time for sentiment to cool down. And then I think the uptrend will resume, and we'll probably head towards that 10,000 plus mark here by the end of the decade. Over to silver, currently trading at $74.09. Same thing. Really haven't closed decisively above the 50-day EMA yet. I like to see that to confirm an intermediate low, but we're stuck between the 50-day and the 200-day moving averages. Ultimately, I think we're going to digest the massive gains we saw. We'll probably stay below the 100 mark here for a while. And eventually, I think we'll see prices dip to or maybe briefly below the 200-day moving average as we head into mid-year. And that'll probably be a decent time to add to your portfolio. Over to platinum, currently trading at $2,047. As I said in the weekend newsletter, it went from around $900, I think, in January 2025 to almost $2,900 here in early 2026. That's a massive run, and we're going to digest these gains here, probably either side of the 2,000 mark here for a while. Over to GDX, finished up Friday at 1.06%. I got the price gap on here. We'd have to see significant closes above that to support more upside. Otherwise, if we look back at the 2016 comparison, we had a divergent high after a strong run. Prices fell. We saw a rebound back towards the 50-day EMA. There was a price gap here, and this is almost where the 50-day peaked out too. So that's where this rebound ended, and then prices consolidated for about a month and then broke to lower lows. If we go back to the current chart, you see this is where the 50-day EMA peaked out. We're about at that level now. We have a price gap that I think will be challenging to get through, and my guess is we're probably going to roll over around this level and then probably consolidate a little bit, and then I think we could maybe see a breakdown towards the 200-day moving average. I don't know that we're going to take out the March low. That is a possibility, especially if we see the stock market weaken. But right now, I think we're probably going to roll over and at a minimum trade sideways. And then lastly, over to Bitcoin, currently trading at $70,900. Prices haven't broken down yet. We've had this prolonged consolidation similar to what we saw from November into January. It's taken longer than I expected, but I think it's going to lead markets to the downside here. And once we break this lower boundary, I think that'll signal that risk assets are selling off. And I imagine Bitcoin's going to go down to at least the 50,000 level or maybe more during this next leg lower. So that's it for now. Have yourself a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you later.